The great thing about humanity is all about growing. However, for us to grow, we need to practice the personal development, and it's tough to find a business leader with a lot of free time on their hands, whether they're attending meetings and answering emails or handling their day to day company duties. So most of their day is jam packed with obligations. However, it's important for even the busiest executives to clear some room in their day or week for a personal development. So today's topic is personal development. What is personal development? So if you go to Wikipedia, he will tell you that personal development consists of the activities that develop a person's capabilities and potential, build human capital, facilitate employability, and enhance the quality of life, and the realization of dreams and aspiration. Personal development may take place over the course of an individual's entire lifespan, and it is not limited to one stage of a person's life. It can, though, include an official informal actions for developing others in roles such as teacher, guide, counselor, manager, coach, or mentor. And it's not restricted to self-help. There is a common misconception that personal development is reserved for those who need to work harder to achieve their goals. But in reality, even the most successful people constantly strive for improvement. Your brain needs new information so that you can continue to flourish. Learning is a continuous process, I believe, and doesn't stop. It doesn't stop unless you want it to. Personal development may be time consuming, but there are many advantages to this process. So, here 9 personal development techniques that worth your time. Number 1, practice the pause. A pause is a powerful tool. It expresses its listening, demonstrates self-control, and shows your team members that stopping to think before acting is an important and strategic step. Learn to pause before you react, so then you can instead respond. Pause so you can stop and think. Pause so the other person can see that you have heard them. Pause to slow down and enjoy the moments of your life. Pausing helps us grow in discernment. Number 2 is schedule your time. Personal time, just like business meeting, the most useful and easy to apply personal development technique is scheduling your personal time. Most executives don't want to deliberately fail at something so easy. So they're more apt to following through this approach, the valuable, because it helps to create the habit, and it's likely something that they can pass on those they mentor and lower level employees. Number 3 is work on your self-awareness. Improving self-awareness is a crucial part of the personal and professional development. Being able to accurately recognizing your feelings and potential capacities is that a gateway to success. So for many busy executives, regular feedbacks is non-existent, and however, when you are high in the ranks of a leadership, it becomes a responsibility to productively seek and generously accept constructive criticism. I have talked about this in my last video as well, and it is important. Number 4 is choose how to use your time. When you're faced with a new opportunity, and ask yourself that if I say yes to this opportunity, what am I automatically saying no to? And yes, naps and Netflix count. You can do almost anything, but not everything at the same time. So choose wisely. Number 5 is ask a colleague to be an informal coach. That is very important. I have done that also. And seeking feedback related to your specific development goal that you are working on. For example, if I want to tone down my visual and vocal communication in team meetings, I would ask a colleague to observe my body language and comments and then give me their feedback after the meeting is done. For this to be effective, my informal coach is someone who is comfortable being a candid and as objective as possible with their feedback. It's just another way of saying that keeping it real with your friends. Then I have some data to consider as my review my own meeting behavior. So I might also want my informal coach to be different in style from me so that I can get a broader perspective. Not every person is the same, so that will help you out. Number 6 is spend 30 minutes a day learning. I recommend this because I do also my research. I recommend 30 minutes a day reading or listening or seeing a video or a podcast on a business topic. Over time, this is extremely valuable, and as leader will learn new perspective and broaden their worldview. Number 7 is very important. It is identifying the top needs and goals. So I often ask people, and this is true, I often ask people to prioritize their top 3 personal needs or goals and then rate their performance in these areas from 1 to 10, with 10 being fantastic and 1 being awful. And once they do that, I ask them to identify 2 specific action steps that they can take probably in 7 days, their top priority. Then you can operationalize. So you have the concrete steps to accomplish them. So you will know that I will follow up with them and to see how it went. So you might as do that as well. What worked and what did not work. So you will know on the next week. Number 8 might sound a little weird, but I would say taking deep breaths. I recommend this technique for transitioning during a busy day. Like before you move on to your next meeting, before you start working for the day, take 1 minute to pause, take some deep breaths and clear the mind, then reflect silently for 1 minute on your intention for your next engagement. What am I trying to achieve? Whatever might be important that other people, how do I want to show up as a leader? Jot down some notes, reminders yourself before you enter into your next conversation or a meeting or work. Notice how this simple practice impacts your ability to focus. Number 9, and the last but not the least, that constantly evaluate your time objectives. For most people, time runs them when they don't run their time. We are truly creatures of habit, with all of the life's ebbs and flows. So we also need to be re-evaluating and repositioning our time objectives. It is valuable, so make sure you ought to enjoy this journey in life and not just becoming a gerbil on a treadmill. Prioritize your current desires and needs to step into the future with more ease and joy. So I did this content because the more I grow older, I am realizing now that all that it matters is how efficiently you can manage your time. You can generate a lot of money, but you can have a lot of clothes, foods, and so on, but you have only so much time in your hand. I believe I have learned that at a fairly young age, and that is why I'm telling you to do. The choice is definitely yours, but it's my duty to let everybody know that what I have learned from the life so far. Thank you guys. See you next time.